Welcome to Love at Lunch and happy Monday, everyone. Today we are going to talk about how to increase your feelings of happiness. So, we are going through the 5-finger plan of well-being and flourishing, and I would say experiencing more joy, because joy is not just about those little bubbles of joy that we experience occasionally. It is about developing a certain level of increased well-being and happiness. So, this is based on the work of Martin Seligman. And we are going to take those 5 components of well-being that bolster happiness and a feeling of flourishing over the next 5 Mondays. So, the one today we're talking about is P for positive emotions. Next time we'll be talking about E for engagement, then relationships, then meaning and accomplishments. So today is P. So how do we increase the likelihood of experiencing positive emotions? I don't know about you, but COVIDing is hard. And not seeing my adult children is not so fun. And sometimes Mondays are tough. And when it's minus 40 outside and getting outdoors and knowing how good that is for us, but we can't spend a lot of time outdoors, it can be challenging. So there was a theory about the hedonic treadmill that said that we were born with a set point for how happy we were, which was great if you had good genes and cheerful parents, and not so great if you did not have such cheerful parents. But there has been new research based on happiness theory that talks about how we can change that and increase positive emotions. And that's called the hedonic adaptation model. And today we're not going to focus on so much about happiness, although you will feel happier. It is based on the science of well-being, like I said. So there is a couple things that you can do today that can boost your feelings of happiness. And I know for me, I've got some chronic pain issues, did not wake up feeling great today, had to skip my workout, and I thought I need this right now. So we've talked about this before, but one of them is called the 3 blessings. And this again is from Martin Seligman. And he started to research gratitude and how that changed our brains and made us feel more positive. And what he noticed is that it did indeed increase a feeling of happiness, but one of the best ways to increase happiness was to add something extra. So not just being mindful of what you were grateful for, it was also very important that you either write it down or log it in a computer. It's very important for our brains to get a chance to re-savor those moments. So 3 things that went well that day, and then the key linchpin is why. It allows you to spend a little bit more time savoring what it is that went well, and reminds your brain that it has some control over things. So if something went well today, let's say I did have a chance to reduce my pain by spending more time relaxing or meditating, or spending some time on what's going well despite my pain and why that is, it reminds my brain that it has what we call a locus of control. So most people, according to Martin Seligman, get addicted to this practice. This is his words. He started first with himself, then his family, then college students, then people that were struggling with their mental health. And he noticed that depression decreased. So start with what I call the 4 W's, what went well today and why. Write down 3 things that went well that day and why they went well, and your brain will reward you. And you will start to notice that you feel happier. You also will start to look for those things. Another thing that you can do that has been proven to increase your feelings of happiness for 30 days, my friends, this is a big advantage, is doing an acknowledgement. And so a little bit more time, but thinking back to somebody that's really had an impact on your life, writing down about 250 words about what impact they had on your life, where you are now as a result of that impact. And he suggests that you meet in person. If COVID allows for that, you do it. If it doesn't, maybe a Zoom call, and ask that person if you could just have a quick conversation and then you read off to them the letter of appreciation. Here's the great thing. That person is going to be absolutely blown away by this goodness. My husband just did this last week, not knowing the science behind it, to a high school teacher who had told him when he wasn't doing well in a class that he saw more potential in him. And so Rod reached out and said how much he had appreciated that because that changed things for him. Went on to get a couple degrees and a master's. And they had such a great exchange. I, of course, melted at this all. So if you really want to bolster your mental health and you want to make a difference in somebody else's life, then consider spending some time and writing a letter and reading it to a person that has changed your life. It's going to be so good. In 30 days, you will still be feeling happier as a result. So, 2 ways that you can really bolster your sense of happiness and have some long-lasting effects. Start a daily practice of what went well and why, and reach out to somebody and let them know the impact they've had. And if you don't have time for that, send a little text message to somebody that you appreciate. You'll notice your happiness increase and you will spark so much joy for them too. So, my friends, have a lovely, lovely Monday. And I hope that you use one or both of these tools. And if you do, or you find some other magic trick that they have yet to record in science, reach out to me because I would love to hear what you're doing to bolster your well-being in the middle of this winter during a very interesting time. Lots of love to you all.
Echo, turn off Leona's office.